Hello again, Pokemon community. This is PokeDad, and I wanted to do a couple battles, or at least get a battle in for you, using the Speed Florges with the Skyfield. I did an earlier video just on the deck analysis, and I did make a few changes. I was using the Execute, and I actually found it to be a little clunky, even though they were helpful. So what I did is I went with just a straight fairy build. I added another Florges EX, and I've added I added another line of Swirlix and Slurpuff. And I found that with this build, you still get the stuff out quickly. Matter of fact, a lot of times by turn 2, you can have a full bench. And so I went this route, and then I've used Sacred Ash so that whenever the Skyfield gets knocked off, I can always Sacred Ash these Pokemon back in. It also makes it easier so that if I run into a Sycamore and I have to discard an Aromatisse or a Slurpuff, I can just Sacred Ash them back in. Another thing I added is I did add one disruption card, and believe me, this actually is, even though I'm only playing one of them, this thing can come in very handy. If you get it right at the beginning, you'll take your opponent down to just 4 cards with the red card. And when you're sitting with 10 cards because of a Colress and Slurpuff's giving you tasting, and he's sitting with 4, you're going to win a lot more often than not. Also, if they use a Colress because of the big bench that we're building, this can help knock it back down real quick. Other than that, pretty much everything is the same. We use the Acrobikes along with the Trainer's Mail to kind of speed through this pretty fast. It's very important to find out if Lysander's trump card is prized or not. Make sure that that's ready. We only play 2 VS Seeker, so if we Sycamore that away or discard it, we need to make sure that on our second VS Seeker we get it back and play it. The other thing is I do raise the switches to 3, because there's a lot of times where if we don't get into a max potion, we can switch to another Florges and then just transfer the energy, and we're still attacking without having to worry about getting knocked out right away. So with that, let's go ahead and see if we can get into a battle and see how it works. Alright, and we're looking for an opponent. Looks like we're going against, I don't even want to pronounce it, but they got the advantage. They are playing Dragon, so Dragons are weak to Fairies. So we'll just see how it goes. Alright, so we get the Florges, which is a good start, because if we can get our bench full, we can be ready to go turn 2 for an attack. So I'm going to attach the energy. I'm going to look and see if we can find a supporter, and we'll go from there. Alright, so we did get the Ultra Ball. Alright, so we'll attach the energy. Let's go ahead and Acrobike and see what we get. Okay, I want the Sycamore. We got plenty of Swirlix, so we can come back to that. We'll go ahead and attach, do the Skyfield, and I'm going to Ultra Ball these for a Spritzy, I think. Spritzy or a Swirlix. Alright, we'll go ahead and play the Spritzy down, and then Sycamore. Alright, and good. See, we've got a big, already our bench is getting full, and then we'll just end the turn here. Next turn we'll put the Aromatisse and probably get a Swirlix out for tasting, depending on what we draw. Alright, they've got an Eevee here, Professor's Letter, maybe an Umbreon. I'm not really sure what kind of deck they're playing. I've seen this Routes and Curlia Gallade deck come out a little bit, but not sure how it plays. I saw one where it just confused people a lot or tried to paralyze them. So we'll see. Okay, attaches the energy. All right. All right, and retreats. All right, we're gonna. Oh wow. Okay, so we get this. We get the aromatisse. We get the Swirlix and the tasting. All right, I'm gonna see if we can get a better supporter here. All right, we didn't, but we did get a muscle band. All right, and we're going to play the muscle band here, and we're just going to do lead here and get a Colress. Oh, the Colress is our prize, so we'll grab the Sycamore and we'll go from there. Alright, Glaceon, attack does 10 to each of the opponent's bench. Ice Edge does 60. Okay, he's powering up the Articuno. Alright, oh boy. Alright, so let's go ahead and I'll Ultra Ball the Lysander's away, grab another Slurpuff, and I forgot to do tasting last turn. That was my bad, but let's go ahead and do the Sycamore. Good, we got our energy drop. We got this. I like to put it on the aromatisse, play this here, and we'll actually fill our bench up. And at this point, we'll do tasting 1, tasting 2. Alright, we'll grab this, put it here, and we will Bright Garden for the knockout 180. Alright, and good. We got into a Colress, so even if they change the stadium on us, we'll still be able to get quite a bit out. I would like to draw into a VS Seeker though and see if we can get this Articuno knocked out. As you can see though, what is this, turn 3 we just finished and we're already rolling pretty strong. He's not playing really any EXs, so even if he moves the stadium, changes the stadium, we'll still be able to knock out pretty much everything he has. Alright, and look at that, we get another Swirlix tasting. We got, I'm going to go ahead and play that. Good, we get another energy, and we have a max potion ready to go. We can also switch into another Florges if we need to. We'll go ahead and do a tasting here, and see. You can see we'll go through our deck real quick with this set. And alright, and I'm gonna save this VS Seeker for a Lysander. If he doesn't, he may end me, but if he does, that's fine. We've got 3 tastings, so I think we'll be okay. Now the Articuno can do up to, if he got 3 heads, could do 140, so he can't knock me out, but it does have the Delta Plus ability, so we do want to be careful. If he puts me to sleep though, we've got the switch, so when he does do the Tri-Edge, hits me for 60. Alright, and so we'll just knock that out this turn. And as you can see, we have a ton of stuff in our hand, but I'm going to go ahead and max potion just because I don't want any surprises for next turn. Even though it's only 60 damage, we'll go ahead and get it erased. And then we'll put this back up here. And I don't really see anything else I need to do. I will go ahead and play the Lysander's trump card just to get stuff back in our deck. and then we'll Bright Garden for the knockout 180, taking another prize. And I don't really see anything that can stop us at this point. So we'll see what my opponent does. It's actually very key for the opponent to switch the stadium, otherwise we just run wild. Not just the ability, the power of Florges, but being able to have everything on the bench. See, at this point, if he does switch, she switches the stadium, then I have to decide what am I gonna do. The other nice thing about this deck, though, is if you notice, I've only got 3 energies in play. I'm getting ready to put a 4th one in play. But other than that, you don't need a whole lot. And then with the EXP share, we would still have 3. I'm going to taste just to see if I can get into a max potion. But if I don't, it's not the end of the world here. All right, and we'll just go ahead and Bright Garden for the knockout. And we actually could even put one more on our bench. Looks like he'll do 10 to everything. No, yeah, there we go. 10 to everybody. That's kind of a cool attack, especially when we're playing something this big. And we'll just finish this off. Go ahead and max out. And Bright Garden for the knockout. 200 damage, and that's what Florges can do, the max with a full bench. One thing I should remind you about on this, though, is if you're playing against like Primal Groudon, it's actually better not to put the stadium down, because you're going to have to use a 2-hit KO to knock him out anyway. So there are some cases, if you see big EXs in the 170, 180 range, then by all means max out your bench. But if you're playing against Megas that are going to take more, it's not really going to help you either way, because you're still looking at 2 hits. So anyway, that's the Speed Florges with the Skyfield. I hope you like it. Please comment, subscribe if you haven't, and again, I appreciate you viewing our videos, and we'll talk to you later.